Happening today, a man accused of killing a Navy veteran outside of Mount Horeb will be back in court for a plea hearing. And decreasing tensions between Russia and Ukraine continues to be a top priority for world leaders as Russian troops inch closer to the country. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Happening today here in Madison, a plea hearing is set for the man accused of killing a Navy veteran. Riley Berg is accused of killing Nicholas Day while he was jogging near Mount Horeb in 2020. Berg's trial has been delayed several times due to competency hearings and rescheduling. He was initially found incompetent to stand trial in April of 2020, but was then deemed competent a year later. Berg's father told investigators his son was being treated for schizophrenia and was hospitalized for it in 2017. The family of Quadrin Wilson is looking for answers after they say the 38-year-old was shot by officers 5 times last Thursday. Wilson's family was joined by about a dozen community members and supporters at the Capitol yesterday. They're demanding more transparency from the Dane County Sheriff's Office, who is handling the investigation. The family also says Wilson was unarmed at the time of the shooting. Wilson's brother, Maine Morris, says officials have not provided them with any information about the shooting.
We just want answers from the police department or DCI agents, whoever was involved in this, why they shot my brother so many times.
Officials with MPD, the DOJ, and the Dane County Sheriff's Office have not confirmed Wilson was the injured suspect, nor answered several other questions News 3 Now has asked them. Wilson's attorney says he's been moved to the Dane County Jail and says he's still in a lot of pain. As we learn more about this developing story, make sure you have our Channel 3000 News app to get the latest details. It's free and available in the App Store. Let's head to the Weather Center now. Julian Seawright has a look at your certified most accurate forecast. At least the sun's out.
At least the sun is out. And we have a plethora of blue sky for us as we're getting our noon hour rolling. And as we go in throughout the rest of today, just know it's going to be on a quiet trend as we go in throughout the rest of our Monday. Our afternoon, we're going to be seeing temperatures into those lower 20s, just a little bit lower than our seasonable range, but it's just going to be cold and it will be plenty of clear sky throughout the course of the day. Temperatures as of right now, 25 degrees in Janesville with 17 degrees in Platteville. We can see upper teens and those lower 20s are really dominating southern Wisconsin for us. Winds aren't too bad either. So we're still into the single digits around miles per hour for us. So our temperature change has gotten colder over the last 24 hours. Our Sunday was on to the warmer trend, much more milder conditions. But for us, we're going to be seeing those 20s really dominate much of our forecast. Our wind chills are still giving us a little bit of winter's bite for some areas, especially 9 degrees is what it feels like in Platteville, 11 degrees in Madison, and 16 degrees in Janesville. As we take a look at our radar, we're still holding on to a lot of quiet conditions as we go throughout the rest of the noon hour, but we'll have more updates about what else to expect because we could see some changes later into the week, Mark.
All right, we'll check back in a few minutes, Julian. Thank you. Hundreds of protesters marched through the streets of Minneapolis over the weekend demanding justice for Amir Locke. We want to warn you that some viewers may find this video disturbing. The 22-year-old was shot and killed by police during a no-knock search warrant Wednesday night. Officers were not looking for Locke in the warrant. Police body cam video shows Locke holding a gun before an officer shot him. Locke's family attorney, Ben Crump, says no-knock warrants create unnecessary risk, and the city owes the family an explanation.
You could knock on the door and announce that, hey, the police, we have a search warrant, so people wouldn't, in the middle of the night while they're in slumber, hear somebody coming in their house and then feel like they were being burglarized.
In a statement, the Police Officers Association of Minnesota expressed sympathy for Locke's family and said, quote, "No officer goes into a dangerous setting like this wanting to use a weapon. That decision was not taken lightly." Minneapolis has imposed a temporary hold on no-knock warrants while the investigation continues. Diplomatic talks are heating up today in an attempt to stop the potential Russian invasion of Ukraine. Natalie Brand has more details from the White House.
President Biden is meeting with Germany's new chancellor, Olaf Scholz, at the White House in a high-stakes meeting with Russia-Ukraine tensions top of mind. As he left Germany, the chancellor told reporters, Russia must know if there's military aggression against Ukraine, that will have a high price. The discussion is also expected to focus on energy, with Germany heavily reliant on natural gas from Russia.
President Biden has pledged that the United States will do everything we can to help ease any disruptions.
Germany, the U.S., and other NATO allies are working on a package of economic sanctions described as unprecedented.
The choice belongs to President Putin. He can make the choice of going down the route of diplomacy and dialogue with the United States and NATO, or he can take the consequences of invasion.
U.S. officials tell CBS News Russia has the capacity to capture Kyiv in a matter of days if it decides to invade.
We're in the window, meaning that we can't just assume it's going to be a couple weeks off.
New satellite images show Russian troops in Belarus have moved closer to Ukraine's border. They're now about 30 miles away.
Not only the fighting forces, but also more and more the forces that is necessary to support those forces.
This weekend, another shipment of defense arms from the U.S. arrived in Ukraine as its allies continue to lean on diplomacy to avoid an invasion. Natalie Brand, CBS News, the White House.
Close to 2,000 U.S. paratroopers from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, arrived in Poland to shore up support for the NATO ally, but will not be used to protect Ukraine if there is an invasion. Well, there's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
A high-stakes merger between two low-cost air carriers and the airlines to either book or give the boot in 2022. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. We want to evaluate our custom bathing solutions in real homes for safety and convenience. Call Wisconsin's #1 remodeler, Mad City Baths, your trusted local source for baths, easy access tub-to-shower conversions, and walk-in tubs installed in as little as 1 day. Act now to be one of 50 homeowners who receive special savings with free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest, no payments, senior and military discounts. And we're going to take before and after pictures and compensate you for your time. Call during this program to receive a free $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain homeownership. By providing financial coaching, homeowners can manage their mortgage and other finances while building stability for their family. Strengthen our community. Support Habitat Dane County.
I was a Navy submariner for over 20 years. I spent a large portion of my life underwater. Service is about putting your country before yourself. But Senator Ron Johnson uses his office to serve himself. Ron Johnson passed a special tax break that benefited his family's business, then cashed out of the company for $5 million. Ron Johnson has doubled his wealth since he's been elected. That's not what service is about. Tell Ron Johnson to stop voting for tax laws that benefit himself.
Save on your fave at the Century House. Right now, get $200 off stressless signature base recliners, classic base recliners with power, and new stressless cross base recliners. Or get a free accessory with purchase. It's time for stressless. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Your energy bills have never been higher, up 30 to 60% depending on how you heat your home. Andrew Larson here with Larson Home Services. We can help lower your energy bills and make your home more cozy. It starts with a visit by our Dr. Energy Saver team. We'll pinpoint your problem areas and show you how we can help. And now's the time to call with 75% off installation labor, financing for 60 months, and a $100 Visa gift card when you sign up for a Dr. Energy Saver package. Call now because this doctor makes house calls.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
It is Merger Monday, and there's a big marriage in the skies. Frontier and Spirit Airlines say they are merging in a nearly $3 billion combined cash and stock deal. Under the terms of the agreement, Frontier will have the controlling stake. A new name hasn't been decided yet, but together, the low-fare carriers will become the 5th largest airline in the U.S. Shares of Energizer powered up in early trade. The battery maker says profit totaled $60 million in its first quarter. That was better than expected. The two biggest pharmacy chains in the U.S. are removing limits on how many over-the-counter COVID-19 rapid tests people can buy. Previously, CVS limited customers to 6 amid a shortage of tests as the Omicron variant raged. And Walgreens had capped people at 4, whether buying in-store or online. Now customers can buy as many tests as they like. And from the best to the worst, the Wall Street Journal is out with a new ranking of U.S. airlines. Delta Airlines nabbed the #1 spot, followed by Alaska Airlines and Southwest. But it's a free-for-all when flying while frugal. Delays and passengers stuck on the tarmac landed JetBlue at the bottom of the list. Spirit and Frontier came close to the bottom as well. Now they have their merger on the horizon. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane Kinghall.
Diane, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour on this Monday. The Dow down 70, the NASDAQ down 66, the S&P 500 down 13. There's still more to come on News 3 Now at noon, including Pam Yankee with your daily ag numbers and a Southern classic from the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. Plus, expect a warm-up this week, plus some chances of snow. Julian will break it all down in the complete forecast coming up.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Spruce up your bathroom with a beautiful new bath or shower from Mad City Baths. Installed in as little as 1 day, infused with Microban antimicrobial protection for easy cleaning.
The maintenance on the shower is nothing, just a wipe down every now and then, and that's really been really nice since the old one was much more than that.
You can count on Mad City Baths to do the job on time and on budget. Now, listen to this. Mad City is looking for 50 homeowners who need a new bath or shower. 50 homeowners will save with free installation, 18 months, no interest, and no payments, senior military discounts, and will compensate you for your time. Just call in now to get a $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
In the current housing crunch, buyers will do just about anything to seal the deal. Our experts will have some smart tips and a warning about tricks that could backfire.
And we have the latest Plan Your Day forecast as you head out the door. That's tomorrow morning from 4:30 to 7.
News 3 Now is always on.
Get the Channel 3000 app, activate the push alerts, and we will send you breaking news, traffic, and weather alerts as it happens.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now.
Powered by News 3 Now.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this very Monday kind of day.
Very Monday. It looks like it's going to be a decent week, though, as far as weather is concerned. That's a good thing. I was happy that the weather didn't turn bad as far as driving conditions last week. We were up at the Corn Soy Expo. Tomorrow we'll talk a little bit about some of the award winners from that event. But I did want to bring you up to speed on a couple announcements from last week. The big one is that Laura Hirschleb, DeForest native, has been named the new general manager at World Dairy Expo. Laura is no stranger to the dairy industry. In particular, she was involved at Badger Dairy Club in college, and she also spent 5 5 years as the Dairy Cattle Show Manager in the late 2000s, and she was a marketing manager for World Dairy Expo in 2018. She also has work experience with Alltech and Compure Financial. So Laura Hirschleb has been named the new general manager of World Dairy Expo. She'll assume her responsibilities beginning February 28th. Want to congratulate some of our local agriculture instructors that were recognized during the Wisconsin FFA Alumni and Supporter State Convention that was up just outside of Wausau and Rothschild over the weekend. Troy Telford and Sally Ladston from Sauk Prairie, Daniel Robinson from Lemira, Marty Nowak from Denmark, Mariah Marquardt and Walter Taylor up in O'Connell Falls, and Katie Ryder from Granton are all agriculture instructors that received outstanding recognition and a little cash for their efforts. Congratulations to them. And Brian, although most of us know him as BJ Chrysler from Sauk Prairie, was presented the Outstanding Young Member Award during the FFA Alumni Convention. If you want more details on any of this, I've got them up at MidwestFarmReport.com. Dairy pretty active again today. Barrel cheese was up $0.015 at $1.91. 40-pound block cheese stood still on Monday at $1.90, but AA butter up another $0.0175 to finish the day at $2.51 3/4 per pound. 'Tis the time of year where we're running for annual meetings and conventions. More on the Corn Soy Expo convention coming your way tomorrow, Mark.
Okay, looking forward to that. Thank you, Pam. Here's Julia now with the forecast. A little warmer this week.
A little warmer this week, but we're starting off our Monday on the colder end as we get things rolling for us. But still, it is better than what it has been over the last few weeks since we've seen single digits and below zero temperatures. But for today, right now, as we're around noon, 20 degrees as of right now, even though that's on the surface because it feels like it's 11 degrees as those winds from the northwest are around 7 miles per hour. But temperatures around southern Wisconsin, 25 degrees in Janesville with 18 degrees in Platteville, and we are looking at our wind speeds to be in the single digits. Not too strong of winds as we're going into the rest of our noon hour, but the temperature change over the last 24 hours, as I mentioned, it was much warmer this weekend, especially on Sunday. We're in the 30s around this time of day, but now we are looking back into the 20s, and that's really what we're going to see throughout the course of the day. In terms of wind chills, 11 degrees for Madison and for Platteville, single digits over in Lone Rock, with 16 degrees is what it feels like into Janesville as we get things rolling for us. However, we are looking at a very quiet forecast throughout the rest of our Monday. So planning out the rest of the day, just know you might see a couple of clouds around the next couple of hours, but it's really going to be on the clear end, especially as we go into tonight, with temperatures hovering into the teens. Now, as we go in throughout the rest of this evening, around the 5 p.m. commute, still looking at pretty clear conditions for the most part. Might see a couple of clouds, but the 20s are what we're going to see throughout the rest of the day. Then the teens will come into tonight with a little bit of cloud cover developing. Going into our Tuesday, however, we're going to see more clouds starting to roll their way in, especially around 7 a.m., and could see some spots of some isolated light flurries around isolated areas of southern Wisconsin as we go in throughout the later part of our morning. But around noon, that's going to be pretty much clearing out. But you can see these temperatures are back to much more milder conditions, lower to middle 30s and upper 30s, especially to areas into the west that could be knocking on the door of 40 degrees. As we transition into our Tuesday nights into Wednesday morning, still on the quiet end, this forecast is just not very eventful in terms of us seeing some snow showers, at least for the first half of this week. But look at this trend of temperatures. Once again, a bit of the roller coaster that we've been so accustomed to throughout much of this winter. But normally around this time of year, it's around 28 degrees in February, but we're going to be well above that for much of the days. But no more not, we're going to be seeing that drop once again, close to seasonable, but heading into Saturday, still seeing into the teens rolling back in for us. So our three things we're going to need to know: it's going to be colder today, but the milder temperatures will be throughout much of this week. Our snow chances will start to improve as we get into the back end of this week, and as we're going to be seeing around Thursday into our Friday early morning, have a chance of seeing some light snow starting to roll its way into southern Wisconsin, maybe even a mixture because of that warm air aloft. But that's one thing we're going to be keeping an eye on, because aside from that, we're still not looking at much in terms of activity. It's still a pretty quiet or even a ho-hum type of forecast for the next 10 days. The good news is, though, it feels pretty good and almost like spring since it's 30 degrees, but we've been so accustomed to the single digits and below zero temperatures and wind chills that 30s are actually very welcomed in this forecast, Mark.
And it stays light later, almost 5:30.
I know, right? Sooner than later.
We're getting there.
Getting that extra hour.
We're getting there. Thanks, Julian. Howard's in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen now with a simple Southern lunch classic.
You know, I didn't grow up in the South, but boy, I have fallen in love with Southern food. A few weeks ago, I was in Nashville having lunch with a couple of friends, and I was in the mood for something really Southern. So I ordered shrimp with cheesy grits. I have to admit, this dish delivered. It was the best I ever had. As soon as I got back to the test kitchen, we whipped up a batch of cheesy grits that I'm so proud of that I have to share them with you. All you have to do is bring some salt water to a boil, add a good amount of grits, and give it a good stir. After letting them simmer for a few minutes, they'll start to thicken up. At this point, we remove them from the heat and stir in lots of sharp cheddar cheese, along with a little butter. Once everything is smooth and melty, we stir in some black pepper, and to give this a kick, a bit of ground red pepper. Now, we could serve this just like this, or top bowls of it with some grilled shrimp or catfish as a real Southern favorite. Or how about serving this with some good old fried chicken for a combo that is nothing short of spectacular? To get the recipe for our goes with anything cheesy grits, simply visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a Southern-inspired way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
All right, up next, Linda Barch from the Bruce Company is answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. We'll get to your plant questions right after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Attention homeowners, we're looking for 50 homeowners whose bath or shower doesn't look so good and is hard to clean. Call Mad City Baths now to take your bathroom from outdated to outstanding in as little as 1 day. From walk-in showers with a low threshold entrance to walk-in tubs with relaxing hydrotherapy. So why wait? This opportunity won't last long. Remember, we have special savings for 50 homeowners. Free installation on a new bath or shower. 18 months, no interest and no payments. Senior and military discounts. We're going to take before and after pictures. We're going to compensate you for your time. Last chance to call in to get the $50 Amazon gift card with your free in-home estimate only from Mad City Baths. From Madison throughout South Central Wisconsin, call now with zip code and location to qualify, 608-729-4466, 608-729-4466.
Important healthcare announcement. If people tell you your TV is too loud, or if listening in some environments has become difficult, we are requesting your participation in a special program called the 30-Day Challenge. Hearing Life Hearing Centers are seeking people with hearing difficulties to evaluate a new digital mini hearing aid now being released. To take part in this event, you must call. Please get a pencil and write down the number below. All people with hearing aids or hearing difficulties are wanted to take part in the 30-Day Challenge, evaluating a new high-tech device that sits discreetly behind your ear. This hearing aid is Bluetooth enabled and is rechargeable. All hearing assessments are performed at no charge for those taking part in the challenge. Participants will try these hearing aids for 30 days. Call the number below and take the Hearing Life 30-Day Challenge.
Stop into Menards and check out our great selection of automotive products. Valvoline Advanced is a full synthetic motor oil that delivers superior engine protection to keep your engine running its best. Only $3.99 a quart after rebate. Put trust in your truck with Blue Def Platinum. It helps maintain optimal diesel fuel economy and can save you money on costly repairs. Get a $3 mail-in rebate on Blue Def Platinum during Menards Race to Savings Sale.
Save big money at Menards.
Linda Barch from the Bruce Company is answering your plant and garden questions. The number to call, 608-270-9933. Hello, Linda. How are you?
Hi, Mark. I'm good.
Enjoying the sunshine?
I am. I have some plants that are blooming inside. I'm happy till spring.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's get to the calls. We'll start with Margaret from South Wayne. Hi, Margaret. What's your question?
I have an amaryllis. It's through blooming now, and the bulb is encased in wax with a metal thing stuck in it to keep it level. I'm wondering what to do with it.
Well, you know what? I was given one of those as a gift last year, and I kept it just to see what would happen. and the leaves started to develop a little bit. But since there is no soil, it is not something that you're going to be able to keep from year to year. So
I wondered that.
Yeah, just one and done.
Okay.
All right, Margaret.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to Nancy now in Wanakee. Hi, Nancy. What's your question?
Hi, I have a question about rhododendron planted last summer, new planting in partially shade, and recently I heard rhododendron need acid soils. So do I need to adjust the soil in some way?
Well, and where do you live? Where are you located?
Wanakee.
Wanakee, okay. Yeah, then I would suspect that your pH probably is a little bit neutral or possibly higher. What next year, don't worry about it right now, but what you could purchase is something like Mir acid or something that has some acidifying characteristics, and it will help your rhododendron to do better. If it starts to get, chlorosis is a condition where the veins are green and it's yellow in between, then you've got to really get serious about it. But next year, when you start to see new growth coming, you could start with this Mir acid. If you want to take a soil test, then you'd know what pH you have to see if you do something, have to do something more drastic like adding sulfur around it.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Let's go to Larry now, also in Wanakee. Hi, Larry.
Hi. How do you trim back a Christmas cactus? My Christmas cactus is just huge, and it hangs like about, it's in a pot like about 2 feet high, and it only hangs down to the floor. How do I cut that back?
Wow, that sounds like a beautiful plant. Well, it's just like working with a plant or a shrub outside. You would prune it back to where you don't cut the actual little pods. You would cut it at a node, a plant node, in other words. Yep. So you can actually, if you don't cut off too big of pieces, you could make cuttings of that and share it with your friends.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for the call.
Yep, bye-bye.
All right, let's go to Jackie now in Madison. Hi, Jackie. What's your question?
Hello. I have a Norfolk pine, and I'm wondering what's going on because the stalk of the plant is quite thin, and when the branches get kind of out, lengthly, they droop over and fall off. And what am I doing wrong?
Well, sometimes Norfolk pine, if they are growing inside and they don't have as much light as they'd like, they become quite weak, and you may have to actually place a green stake next to the trunk to help support it.
Okay. I hope that answers the question. We are just about out of time. Can you do anything outside right now, Linda?
Well, if you have trees that need some fruit, is that the caller with the Norfolk that's trying to ask another question?
Do you have a follow-up question? Jackie?
Yes?
Do you have another question?
No, sir.
Oh, yeah, you're all set? Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sure.
All right, you can do a little pruning outside?
You can see the whole form of a tree and see if there's crossing branches or if there's things that should be eliminated. This is a nice time to see what's on the inside of that tree that may need some work. And it's a good time of the year to do that. It's not too cold, and we're past the real dangerous cold weather of the winter typically once we're in February.
All right. We're out of time. Thanks for calling, everybody. Linda, thank you for your time.
Thanks, Mark.
Here's Julian, one final check of the forecast.
Well, the days ahead are going to be on the quieter side as we take a look at what we're going to be seeing for our 10-day forecast. Today will be one of the chillier days, but then we're back to mild temperatures for Tuesday and Wednesday. Slight chances of seeing some type of snow or any real precipitation from Wednesday into Friday. But then heading into the weekend, folks, once again, it is going to be a quiet one and on the boring side, Mark.
Right, boring's not so bad.
Nope, not at all.
All right, Julian, thank you. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. Have a great afternoon.